Hi, my name is Liz Heller. I am a ceramic artist in Aspen, Colorado. I took Dell's digital mold making workshop last summer at the ranch and was super excited to see this mentorship program being offered. And I know that we've got some fellow workshop mates in this mentorship program, which is super exciting. Um, I thought this would be a little more interesting than just doing a selfie video. I've never made a video before, so I got a little nervous of how to do it. And Dave and I have this project for a corporate art curator in Denver that we are gluing up today. So I thought while I talk, you guys could watch us glue up and it would be a lot more interesting than just watching me talk. So that's what we're doing. This is Dave Kodama. He's a woodworker in the valley in Carbondale, about 35 minutes away. And we've been working together since, when did we start working together?
January of 2015? 16.
Definitely not 15.
Okay.
Wow, 16 though. That's so. We've been working together for a few years, and we make fun stuff, and we're super excited to have this commission come through. We've never worked with this company before, so super exciting. And before Dave came along, I was doing all functional ceramic work. So that's changed a little bit, and I'm hoping that will change a lot with this mentorship program, because I have a background in sculpture and I really miss I love making functional ceramics, but I really miss making sculptural work. So okay, where am I from?
Where are you from, Liz?
I grew up in Miami, Florida, and let's see, I'm the only one in my family who moved out of Florida, and I moved as far as I could possibly get from Florida. It's nice to go back in the winter, but it was definitely not for me. I lived in the Midwest for 10 years, and that felt way more like home than Miami ever did. And then I moved here to Aspen after doing a residency at Anderson Ranch in 2014. I started a residency at the Carbondale Clay Center in 2015, and I thought I would be back in Chicago by now, but I kind of fell in love with the valley and stayed, and now Aspen is home. So, which is a surprising turn of events for me.
That's cool. What do you make and why?
Well, I have a functional ceramics business, trying to do it full time. That's kind of eluded me a little bit. So I've got a couple jobs here. I also teach metalsmithing at the community college here. So I'm a 3D printer and mold maker and slip caster, I guess is how I would describe my ceramics practice. I'm not the world's best modeler. I'm quite clumsy, actually. So what could take Dell one step to do I'll fumble around and get there in like 20 steps. So working on that, and I think it's like a muscle where I'll not use it for a year, and then I'll get back into it, and it's like I never used the program in the first place. So trying to get some consistency back with that. I love the process of mold making and slip casting. It's every different shape is a different problem to solve, and I really like that initial problem solving step, and then the slip casting in mass production is kind of like the reward for figuring out how to make the mold and how to be super efficient, and because then I can just turn my brain off and go on autopilot. So there's a lot of like initial troubleshooting and problem solving that I love, and then the slip casting part of it I love because it puts me in this state of flow, and like hours can go by and all of a sudden my day's over and I've made 20 pieces, and it was just a really nice meditative day.
Cool. What are your interests, influences, and inspirations?
Well, I've always been influenced by mid-century modern design, which would you say you are too?
Yeah, definitely.
I love clean lines and geometry, as you can see. Clean aesthetic. I've always loved minimalism, and I think that was really the first movement I learned about in art school that really resonated with me. Because as a mold maker, one of the parts of the process I like is that it removes my hand. And I think, minimalism was so much more, which I learned later on, and at first I felt a little deceived by how much minimalism was actually about. But it was definitely the first movement that resonated with me. And then as my ideas started to get more sophisticated and I learned more about it, it was almost like it grew with me, even though it was 50, 60 years ago. Interests, let's see, moving to the mountains 5 years ago, I was this like totally unathletic indoor artist I was in my mid-30s, but so since I moved here, I started hiking, climbing, and I've done a couple endurance triathlons, and that's probably my biggest passion at the moment is triathlon, and just kind of being outside and recreating, and especially during this time where things are so crazy and feel like there's so much out of my control. It's really nice just to go out and spend a good portion of my day outside and in nature, and really appreciate where I live and